There's just something about London, and London art galleries specifically. I just went on my big trip to the UK, to London. So yes, we saw all the sights, all the sounds, we experienced it all. We actually went all over the UK, which was amazing, but this is specifically about London art museums. I can't wait to show you what I experienced, so come along with me as we go through all of the London art museums and have the best time. Let's start our trip at the National Gallery. The National Gallery is an incredible free museum, most museums in London are free, that houses so many historical works from all different time periods, which I love, including some standouts from Animal Crossing, which makes me immensely happy. But it also houses things like Monet's The Water Lily Pond, which I'm so glad I went into in the morning because this is what it looked like by the afternoon. I also saw some amazing works like this triptych. If you don't know what a triptych is, that's basically when there's 3 panels that tell a story. I also was incredibly blessed to see a Leonardo da Vinci work. How incredible. Even some of the sketching was not even finished, which was so cool to see. Caravaggio's Nocturnes are incredible to see in person. That was a definite highlight, but I was definitely there for the big show of the execution of Lady Jane Grey. I made some short form content on it. Definitely go check out my Instagram where I made a lot of short form content. I saw this incredible Dutch still life that actually included some typography made of bread, which I loved. And I got a glimpse of the first satirical painting on record. How interesting. Of course, I saw the Arnolfini portrait. Definitely made more short content on that, so check that out. And yes, I just had the best time walking around the gallery. It is such a peaceful place, and of course I had to check out the gift shops at the end because gift shops at museums are seriously my happy place. Now on to the next museum, the Wallace Collection. And oh my goodness, what an incredible, incredible museum. What I lack from clips, I make up in how much I enjoyed it in person. I was really just living in the moment. I went there for actually just one artwork in particular, but had the best time. I went there for The Swing by Fragonard. What an incredible piece. It is the most famous from the Rococo period. Scandalous, exciting, titillating, as they say. Her kicking up her skirt, him looking up her skirt. The background story is very interesting. It was actually of a mistress, which was in that time was unheard of that painting would even be made, but I love the excitement of this painting, and I overall just loved the Wallace Collection. There was so much more to discover in there once I was in there, and I had the best time. My next stop is the Victoria and Albert Museum, which the logo for the Victoria and Albert Museum was actually done by Alan Fletcher and Pentagram, in case you're interested. But in general, this museum has so much. It's not just art, it's a lot of history as well, and I really enjoyed that. But I also love how they let me touch things at the museum. I loved the interaction and interactivity of the museum itself, but I don't know why they let me touch things. But I also really loved the typography at this museum. When looking at old historical pieces, you can see so much inspiration, especially on these things like these choir books, these scrolls, these old pieces from the Renaissance, and even before, like almost ancient work. It was so incredible. And of course, I had to participate in this drawing aspect where I got to make an etching. That was really cool too. That brings us to the Tate Modern. I love the Tate Modern because it is contemporary and modern art, which I love. It's my specialty. This is a free museum, but fair warning, you will have to pay for the extra exhibitions going on. But I really enjoyed the free aspects of the museum myself, and I love modern and contemporary art because it's so polarizing. There's so much interesting texture. There's not just painting. You kind of get out of your comfort zone and it pushes you. So after I contemplated the irony of a man standing in front of my view of the feminist and women forward art by the Guerrilla Girls, I felt excited to continue on in seeing some famous works, especially in the pop art movement. And I also got to see Jenny Holzer's iconic truisms on the wall. So I love this museum and the nature of contemporary art because it is so experiential. You get to be brought into a world, into a piece itself, and really experience it for yourself. I love the views at this museum as well, and it's just a beautiful place to be. Now, stepping outside of London for just a minute, I went to Chatsworth House in the north of England, which is where they filmed Pride and Prejudice. It's Mr. Darcy's house, and I'm sure if you watched that movie, you remember the marble statue room and how beautiful that scene was. I loved seeing all of these pieces. I love seeing marble statues in general. Some of these are very iconic, and of course, I got to see my favorite statue from the movie that I always remember, this one that I call the perfect butt statue. If you do not remember this scene, here it is. I also saw Mr. Darcy's bust. I honestly had to share this. Last but not least, we're at the V&A East Storehouse. So yes, this is part of the Victoria and Albert Museum, but it's a completely different location, and it's a brand new museum that turned museums on its head, honestly. It's all about conservation, and this is what it looks like. Can you believe this? This was the most incredible thing I honestly have ever experienced in a museum. I just think it is so cool. It's kind of scary walking around on these grates and on the glass floors, things like that. It was freaking me out, but the displays themselves are so cool, and they teach you so much about what goes into the conservation of a museum with these beautiful displays in just a very unique way to see things. I even saw the Sydney Opera House made of fabric, loved that, and I also saw some really cool printing from a long time ago, very historical. But the best part for me was the conservation of the museum. I got to see behind the scenes of how a museum works and how conservation works, and yes, I did some absolute spying on these people. I got to watch them physically work, and I stood there for ages just seeing what was going on. This is honestly my dream job.
This place is so cool because it's literally like what you picture an archive or a warehouse or like the perfect like emporium of items to be, and they've laid it out exactly how you want it to look. Like, it feels like you're in a movie, it feels like you're in a dream. It's so cool.
What a beautiful place and what a beautiful experience.
Okay, so I wanted to end this video with a little bit of a haul of what I got specifically at the art museums and galleries that I checked out. I had such an amazing time on this trip. The amount of art and inspiration I got just like rejuvenated my life. It was a busy month of traveling around, catching trains, doing the most, and also like working from home, like working on my job and working with brands and stuff, especially with the time difference. That was hard. But overall, I just had the best time, and I have to show you what I got because I got really fun things. First, non-art related, I got a couple jelly cats. I got this to like memorialize the trip. It was in October, it was Halloween time, and I really wanted this one. And then I also got a snowman because it was just so cute. I couldn't leave it, and I'm just excited for Christmas. That's coming soon. But yeah, I had to get jelly cats while I was there. But in general, I did a lot of museum shopping and a lot of shopping in general, and of course, I keep the bags. As a designer, I keep the bags. This one is from the V&A shop, so it has the cool V&A logo on it, like I mentioned before. It was done by Alan Fletcher for the logo, for this logo. Done by Alan Fletcher with Pentagram. So that's amazing. I love Pentagram as a design firm, and just like endless inspiration from the top designers in the industry. And then speaking of Pentagram, they also did the Liberty logo and rebrand and everything for the store. I kept this bag from when I bought like a hand cream. That's not in the haul, but the bag is in the haul. Because as a designer, I just have to keep this stuff. Like, it's just so much inspiration for me. Love that it's also from the Pentagram team. Like, so inspiring. I just love it. Of course, I also kept the bag from Fortnum & Mason, the oldest department store in London, and I bought a tea, so that's why I kept the bag. And then from Harrods, because I love Harrods so much, I love their branding as well and the colors. I think we bought some chocolates, some biscuits, things like that while we were in there. Oh, and we bought this tote bag, so that was exciting. So yes, my mind was always on design while I was there. But specifically from the art galleries, art museums, I bought the V&A Advent calendar, so I'm so excited to open this. I'm actually leaving it as a bit of a surprise. I saw one on the display shelf, like kind of up high, and I was like, oh, I think that's it, but I didn't look at any of it. It's so pretty from what I've seen. Like, the outside is so pretty. I will definitely be vlogging this like in a future video. I'm sure it'll be included once I start opening it into December. So it's done by Lucas the illustrator, and it's Rococo inspired style. So you open up a new artwork every day, and it's actually done by an illustrator. So it's not just like historical pieces that maybe you've seen before, but it's done by an illustrator, kind of a new way, new thing to see. And I'm really excited to see which one I get every single day. I mean, I know it's not personalized to me, but it's exciting for me because I haven't seen what's inside yet. I love advent calendars so much, and I love that these are illustrative. I love that this is an art advent calendar, not just a chocolate one. I do have a chocolate one waiting for me as well, but I'm on top of things this year. And then I just wanted to share the ornaments that I got. So I'm excited for Christmas, obviously. I love Christmas so much. So I did get one from Harrods. It's a little Harrods shopping bag that kind of hangs in the middle. I really love this one. I got a London specific kind of little felty, beady looking one. Really love this one. At Chatsworth House, I got this one, which is a Pride and Prejudice book. Jane Austen, love it so much. Also at Chatsworth House, I had to get something. When I see an illustrative style anything, I get so excited just because it's so not something I would design, but I love this style. It's actually Pride and Prejudice vibes. Mr. Darcy's house, Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy, love this. I actually did get a couple magnets, one from Chatsworth House and one from Scotland. They're just simple little magnets to add to my fridge. I love having magnets, and I have a London one already, a Manchester one already because I've been there, but it was nice to just add a little bit to the collection. But I thought I would share what I picked up at the different locations, especially because there were a lot of Christmas shops open, even though it was October. But now, by the time I'm posting this, we're close to Christmas, so just thought I would share what I picked up and what I did on my travels. Honestly, like, I had the best time, but the highlight of my whole trip was the art history I got to experience, the museums, the galleries, of course, because everything is free there too, which is so cool. I love the access to art and history. It was so great to not only experience, but share it with you guys. I know I've made this vlog now to share more about it, but I also made so much short form content. I've been posting on Instagram, on TikTok. One of my TikToks even went semi-viral, at least by my standards. It was pretty crazy. So I posted on there. I've been posting on here on YouTube and Shorts. And I just have so much to share and so many thoughts about everything. And I can't wait to share more about art history with you. And I feel like this was a great way to get into it. It was like the perfect introduction to be posting more about like such a big passion of mine. And of course, this whole channel is about design, art, history, everything like that. So it's just the perfect transition. So let's chat more about it. Let's chat more about art history, galleries, the art world, everything. If you liked this video, please give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on all the platforms. I'm over there and I'm posting a ton. I'm posting here a ton as well. So I'll see you in the next video because I'm excited to keep creating. So bye.